All right, we are live. Hello and good morning. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time getting through January. We're almost at the end of it, right? I can't believe it as time flies by. It just always is like, what? So today we are going to talk about how we can stick with our goals as you're moving 2022. And what I would like to hear from you is, what are some challenges that you notice that are getting in your way? What are some things that are coming up? So is your schedule filling up and it's looking like too much? Are things now starting to come up that you didn't expect? Things like I don't feel well. Things are happening with family. Folks are getting sick, all these different things that are coming up that have you go like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do this. I had these goals. And so my request is go ahead and reply in the comments on what those challenges are, and we can actually address them now during this time, or I can actually address them for you next time or directly. So please let me know, because I want to be available for you. I want to answer your questions directly. I want to make this as individually specific. And this topic was chosen by you guys, as some of you were saying, I'm already feeling frustrated. It's getting close to the end of the year, and I'm just like already exhausted. The end of the year, the end of the month, and it's only the first month. So I appreciate those requests. So thank you guys. Keep sending in your requests, keep sending in your responses, your answers to the previous recordings. I want to make sure that this addresses exactly what you want to do. So again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time, your questions, your engagement. It's always such value. Okay. So like I mentioned, today we're going to go over some tips and tools to help you to be able to see, how can I keep myself motivated for all of this? And there's some things to keep in mind. So very first one, well, let me go through them. So you want to change your mindset. You want to be proud of yourself. You want to switch things up. You want to list your whys, and you want to give yourself a break. And so these are not in any particular order, but it does help to really always keep in mind what's going on with your mindset, because your mindset will be what sets you up to win or fail 100%. No matter what's going on, no matter if you're having trouble with your body, no matter if somebody else is sick, no matter if something's going on with everybody else, everything that we're dealing with is either temporary, or we can learn how to deal with it and include our goals. So first off, with your mindset, you get to allow yourself to think about your goals as your lifestyle, not just some little thing you want to do and it's done. And I'm going to jump to the why. When you think about your why you're doing that, that's the bigger picture. That's going to move you forward into, oh yeah, I want to get that done in 2022, because that's actually heading me toward my bigger goal. And so that's important to keep in mind. And that's what I would like you to keep addressing with your mindset. So this is my lifestyle. This is my goal. So the other thing in helping to change your mindset, we have this idea that you've got to stay positive. If you've got negative things going on, take a look at what those negative things are. Our negative thoughts actually help to guide us. Either if I'm having negative thoughts that say I can't or I'm afraid, that's there to guide you to say, hey, you're having some scary thoughts here. What do you need to do to create safety? Do you need to get a coach, right? Do you need to set up some skills? Do you need to check on your bills? Maybe something's behind. Do you need to set some boundaries with someone else or yourself? Are you not setting up your schedule properly? So it's important not to positive everything away. Looking at both is essential. If you are always pushing toward the positive and ignoring what's going on in the negative, it's ignoring something that's talking to you. So sometimes it's just negative to pull you down because there's fear. But you just check in and you realize this negative is here for a reason. This negative fear is here because I need to set some boundaries and say, okay, we're going to stop that. We're going to instead remind ourselves we can do it. We're going to shift it with positive support and positive love and positive affirmations and positive connections and positive friends. And so it's, even though that negative seems like it's pulling you down only, it's actually saying, hey, I need your attention. Hey, right? Like if you're a mom, you know this. Mommy, and you might be like, ah, but they're looking for you to see them and hear them. And that's the same thing that's happening with your thoughts and with your emotions. So as you're seeing them and hearing them, they're able to be removed. And so that's the true aspect of what helps you to shift your mindset and helps you to keep these things and focusing on it as your lifestyle. So the other thing is, as you're doing this, it's essential that you stop and you take a look. So I have my list right here, right? So this is my list. Let me see if you can't see it like that. So this is my list, right? And it's not like, people say, oh, you have to have a to-do list. I have a to-done list. So I have one list of things I want to do, and I just write it down. It's not like it takes me a long time. And then I have my to-done list. So this is my list that I do as I'm doing it, so I can see what I'm getting done. And then I can also check at my to-do list and see, well, what's still not done on there, because so much else comes up in life. We say have your to-do list, but what about the phone calls that come in? Or what about the person that needs you to respond by text or messenger? Or what about the post that didn't work and you've got to repost it? Or what about, so there's all these different things that may come up, but it helps you to stay focused so you're not getting into that overwhelm and going, whoa. And you might find that happens anyway. And so then you take a look and see what's getting you into overwhelm, and you shift that, giving yourself the support. Maybe it's like, all right, take a breath. Everything's going to work out. You had too many things on the list today. We're going to move some of those over into tomorrow. What's the primary that you got to focus on today, right? So as you're doing that, you're like, yeah, I'm doing a great job. I'm getting this done. I even had a client remind me the other day, and I told her this. She's like, it's important to tell ourselves we've done a good job. And it's funny because I teach my clients this all the time. But sometimes we teach others and we forget to practice. And I practice so many things. Like I look at what I've done and I tell myself, oh, that's great. Look at what you got accomplished. All right, cool beans. I keep looking at the list, seeing that. Yep, got that. That looks good. All right. Talking to people, sharing. I got this done. All right. But I haven't said to myself, you've done a good job. And so when she said that, it just was like, you know what? I haven't said that to myself. I haven't given myself that opportunity to really be proud of me in doing that. I was proud of my activity. I was proud of getting it done. I was proud of sharing. I was proud of motivating. I was proud of the results that my clients are getting. I was proud of the fun that my husband and I are having. Like I was proud of those things, but I didn't stop and say, you've done a good job today. That shift just felt so different. And it slowed me down and it really grounded me. And I've been saying it every day ever since. And it's not that I wasn't meaning to, I just was doing it in a different way that wasn't quite speaking to me in this same way. This way really touches something. So try it on. Try it on today. Look in the mirror, not just about the things that you've done, but who you are. Just let yourself know, just like you're looking into the mirror right now, I'm so proud of you. You did a good job today. In every way, taking care of yourself, getting things done, being loving, being kind, being connected, being alive, sharing your life, making a difference. Let yourself do that. Let yourself be proud of the things that you've accomplished, and not proud like, oh, I'm better than other people. But proud, like, look at what you've done. You've done such a great job, and you've done such a great job that you're a beautiful shining light. And because you're that beautiful shining light, other people are able to see what's possible for them too. It's awesome. And so the other is being able to switch things up. So when I say switch things up, it's just like I shared with you. So I might be doing it a particular way, and that's a great way. But when someone else offered that suggestion, she's my client, but I'm always open to learning. And I said, let me try that on. I think that's a great idea. And I did. And because I switched that up, I'm feeling different each day. I'm adding more support to myself each day. I have this to share with you so you could try it on. And that shifting can look like anything. It could look like, I've been setting myself up to have an hour and then a 10-minute break, or 2 hours and then a 10-minute break, or 3 hours and then having lunch. Take a break in between. Stretch. That's all you have to do. Or you might say, well, let me divide that up with a phone call. and then you get that done. So whatever it looks like, however it is you want to switch it up. So like the last couple of days, I've been drinking water. Normally I drink lemon water. Switch it up. Not that either one's right or wrong, but it gives you something different. We like different flavors. We like different things. It keeps us kind of moving forward. Another thing that I find is I'll go from my office into the kitchen area, which has also got a table, and I'll work there. Sometimes I might make phone calls in my car. So I'll drive, and as I'm driving, I'll be on the speaker and make phone calls that way. And it's a different energy. You might find that I have an office space that I rent. And so sometimes when I go to that office space, it like creates a change in the day. So it just allows you to be able to see how you can kind of switch things up and keep your motivation going. Include in those things self-care, include in the water, right? Include in the downtime. I have to say I'm guilty for not always doing that. My husband reminds me, and I make time to spend with him at the end of each day. But I think if he wasn't around, I might not have that same consistency. So it's important that you allow yourself to take a look at what are the things getting in your way. And so that's one I've been looking at. So I've been telling myself, so if Noe wasn't around, how can you do this to make sure you're getting the self-care you need? Right? And so I'm switching it up. And not just switching it up like, okay, I'm done working, but okay, let me go ahead and do something relaxing. Let me go ahead and read this book. Let me go ahead and finish this article. Let me go ahead and feel complete in that thing, whatever that thing is, or maybe go for a walk or do some steps or any of those things. So those are just ideas. It's not like they're right or wrong. If they don't fit for you, then don't try that one on. Try on a different one. You can even Google, what are some ways that I can switch up what I'm doing with my business schedule? You'll get plenty of ideas. What are some self-care ideas? And then just ask the question. Google comes up with all kinds of fun stuff. So allow yourself to practice that and make that difference. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Thank you, Melissa, Lynn, and Maria. I love you guys. Love yourselves, practice that self-care, get in there, make that difference. That is so, so, so essential. Okay, and so when we get into stress and overwhelm, it's really that you're trying to think of everything at once. And the idea that changes that is allowing yourself to be able to see, if you write it down, you don't have to keep processing it and thinking about it. So think about your mind like a computer, right? So you got the computer screen and you're pulling up the little icons, you're opening up little apps. So you got to pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. And it just starts like, oh my gosh, there's all these pages, there's all these tabs open. It's just, I don't even know what's open anymore. And I have done that. I've had like 20 billion tabs open. And I'm like, what am I doing? Close. And so it allows you to be able to clear your mind. If your mind is jumbling one or two things constantly all day long, which by the way, it's not, it's jumbling a million things. Okay, so if you think about it literally, scientifically, they say 7 to 9 bits of information is what the conscious can hold on to. Think about one thing. How many bits of information come with that? 10, 20? What emotion comes with it? Wow, there's that too. Then what does somebody else think about that? Many conversations you've had with them. Oh boy, right? And so it can throw you into dozens of thoughts about one thing. And so allow yourself now to take a list, just like I did. You could do your to-done list. Oh, did that. And as you're taking a look at your to-done list for yesterday, you can see it'll mirror today, so you can look at your patterns. You'll see that there's a lot of stuff from yesterday that you need to do today. And if you have a to-do list, you'll see that to-do list continues to carry on. And then you don't have to keep it in your head. I have to do that myself as well. That's why I have these lists. And let me tell you, I'm not that great at it. I've got to create new lists all the time. I misplace my to-do list all the time. And then I'll find it. And I find that my to-do list is very similar to the new one that I've made. But again, I share with you and I'm transparent because it's not about being perfect. Heck no. It's about just doing it, getting it out of your head, make your list. And that's much, much, much more helpful. And you'll be able to see on the post from for yesterday and this morning. You'll be able to see these in little infographics. You can print that up and remind yourself, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. These are the different things I'm doing. I'm making sure I connect with my mindset. I'm making sure that I allow myself to really be proud of myself and really acknowledge the steps that I've taken. I'm allowing myself to switch things up. I'm listing the things that are important to me. And as you're listing those things down, as you prioritize them, that helps you to remember why you're doing it in the first place. So let's say, for example, my number one right now is sending my notes to my clients, sending their notes, sending the Zoom and the information. And why am I doing that? Because I want them to feel good. I want them to have follow-up. I want them to have their resources. I want them to be able to practice what we're doing. So this is real life hands-on results. Yeah, right? That feels good. That feels good to me, knowing that they're learning how to create boundaries for themselves, and they're learning how to relieve the anxiety from their life. They're learning how to create communication. They're learning how to get that anxious pit out of their stomach. They're learning how to talk to their kids, and their kids how to talk to them back in a way that they never have had before. That's my why. Yeah. So that just gives you an example. So as you're looking through that, those things can remind you of your whys. And so you can just, if you're feeling like, I'm not just feeling so motivated, then right next to that why, creating healing, creating a difference, changing this family, changing the results, right, for them, relieving anxiety, relieving, they lost 5 pounds, they lost 10 pounds, they've already lost 40 pounds. So keep going through that. That gives you your why. Like, that's just like so big for me. And then giving yourself a break. And that's where we were talking about that self-care. Apply that self-care. Let yourself get up after each client. I walk out of the office, I go get some water. I just walk around, look out the window, get my body moving, help myself release. Even if it was a wonderfully positive appointment, which it was, most of the time it is, there's still a level of your brain having to work really hard, right? You just lifted weights for however long you did, for whatever service you provided. You just worked out. Give yourself those breaks, whatever that looks like. That's important to you. All right, you guys, you take care of yourselves. Have a beautifully blessed day. Know that you're loved. And what do we always do? Bring it in. Big squishy hugs. Please share this information. Let other people get this love and information. Let them know they're not alone. Let them know all about me so they can understand this is not stuff they have to be afraid of. This is stuff that's really going to help change their lives, change their perspective, change their mindset, which then changes their actions, changes their momentum and motivation, changes their results, changes everything. It really does. So get this information out, share it with them. Thank you guys so much again, Melissa Lynn and Maria. Thank you for your hearts, guys. And please do let me know if you do have any questions that you want me to address next time, or directly. You can personal message me. You guys take care of yourselves and know that you're loved. And happy Wednesday, because it's pretty windy and rainy. All right, guys, take care. Ciao. Mwah.